Hello and welcome to Reddit with Alex. I decided to start this series during the winter months. It gets cold here in Ukraine, and I don't spend that much time outside. Able to make videos and everything. Also, I do spend a lot. I spend a lot of time on Reddit commenting on just about everything. I'm one of these people. I have an opinion, all kinds of opinions about many topics. And I'm picking up some traction there. As you can see, I got 25,600 karma. And I've got one of these avatars. I'll just talk about that in a second. Since this is my first episode, I'll just give you a little bit of a background about myself. So, I'm an American living in Ukraine. I'm also a Norwegian citizen. I went to Norway in 2013, got citizenship in 2021, and then I moved here and shortly thereafter, came for some work related stuff and then just decided to stay. And, even though there's been a war, I decided I wouldn't go anywhere. I was just taking a look at my microphone. This is the first time, so I'm just getting used to all the equipment. But okay, so that's about, and then my education. I studied nuclear engineering at Kansas State. I got an MBA from Illinois, Chicago. I spent time in the U.S. Navy. I was an officer. I worked with intelligence, worked with engineering, and then now I'm a professional project manager. And I've worked in many kinds of companies, big companies, small companies, BlackRock, Sears, uh, Every, which was a big company in Norway, and now it's Every Tieto Every. It merged with some other one. I've worked with Ukrainian companies. I've done well in jobs. I've been laid off. Like I said, I'm just giving you a background where I get all this basis for opinions that I have. All these, that, and Reddit is perfect. You see all kinds of different things, and you can make comments on it as much as you want. So it's like just all kinds of diverse topics here. I would consider myself politically as a moderate. I have I agree with like 50% of the right wing views and 50% of the left wing views. Like, for example, I'm like one of these people, I'm very American and patriotic. I love my country, but I also believe we need health care. Um, let's say I'm pro life, but I also believe that single mothers and women with children and stuff need state support while they're for the first 6 years, so they can spend all their time with their kids. And I have like these, and that's another. I have a YouTube episode somewhere where I go through all my views. I'm very pro environment, let's say, but I'm also very like pro American energy. So I would want a policy like, let's drill all the American oil we can, get the oil prices down, but then add a $2 a gallon tax so we can build nuclear power plants all over the country so we can switch over to electric in a sensible way, not burn coal to power electric cars or burn oil, or run a gas generator to charge up a Tesla. The electricity has to come from either hydropower, geothermal, or nuclear. But in the case of America, the only way you're going to get that kind of power to meet demand is through nuclear energy. In Norway, they do everything. They do everything with hydropower. So, like I said, I've been all over the world. I've been all over the U.S. I read the newspaper every day. So I just, like I said, I just have thoughts about everything. Been like this all my life. If you've known me from grade school and everything, I've always been talking about the news and talking about what's going on in the world. Have my own views on things. I'll go through my Reddit profile here. Let's take a look. So I bought this icon. You can go in the Reddit store somewhere here. I don't know if it's on the only in the phone or you can do it on the desktop. Now, by the way, I'm not working for Reddit or anything like that. I'm just on here all the time. So yeah, you have a shop here, and you can now they're selling the NFL avatars. They sell all kinds of avatars. You can buy. I mean, they have every kind of avatar, and sometimes they drop free ones to you. So let me go back and see if I can show you some of the free ones I've picked up. So I've got like a whole collection of these things. Let me see. So yeah, they're. I don't know how to blow up the screen here. Here they are. Okay, this is just the dog, but it doesn't scroll. So if you are on Reddit a lot, they give you sometimes these free avatars, and these are actually NFTs. You can export them out of your Reddit account into your MetaMask wallet, and you can put them for sale. And some of them sell for like pennies, really. Like you can buy this World Cup one for like 20 cents. I think I got this one for free, because I was logged on at the right time. This one I got, but I don't. If you want to buy it, let me know. Drop me a comment, and I'll sell it to you. So let me just see how this recording is doing. Yep, it's recording. I'm using a Clipchamp, and with Clipchamp doing this like screen and screen recording, you only get like 20 minutes or something. You only get, or 30 minutes, but I set a timer for 24 minutes just in case, to spare me from cutting out early, and then I have time to wrap up at the end. So these will be about 25 to 30 minutes, I think, every one of these episodes that I will do. But what else do I want to show you here? So yeah, I got the 2 year club. I've got this one place. I think there's this whacked out one here. This was some Reddit one, like, yeah, coin collectors. It was to celebrate crypto, and they got serial numbers on the back. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to retire off of these JPEGs. These serialized JPEGs. That's like what I call NFTs, serialized. And I work in IT. I worked with crypto technology, blockchain technology. I worked with NFTs. I've worked with AI. I've worked with big data. You can see I have all these like crypto things, Grammarly. So, like I said, I'm all over the place. So let me see. Yeah, this is my profile. So what I'm gonna do, because I kind of did some dry runs of this, I'm gonna go through stuff I've already commented on, and I won't. If I see something, I might write a comment. But while I'm writing, I'll try to talk through it. But let's see. I'll just go through some of my posts here. I wish there was a better way to show this on the phone. It looks better. So I in farmers stealing tanks, I'm banned from the Ukrainian thread. That's the R Ukraine Reddit subreddit Ukraine. I had a pretty strong opinion about the transgender army spokesperson they used. After what happened with Bud Light, here you have a 200-year-old brand that was just destroyed in a week. And then here's Ukraine struggling to win over conservative Americans. You have Ron Paul and all these like hard right people in America, and they're growing in popularity, that are against Ukraine. I don't know how that happened. I mean, during the 80s, Poland and Hungary and all these countries that were trying to get free of the Russians were on the good side of American conservatives. I mean, Ronald Reagan was championing their cause, and now like the hard conservatives in America, even moderate conservatives, they don't like countries trying to be free of Russia. They just rather, they have some crazy ideas. So I was questioning the wisdom of using a transgender spokesperson when Joe Biden's next term is on the line. He's got to, the Ukrainians got to kind of win over some people on the right and on the far right, just so if they get elected, they don't get hung out to dry, where they get a ceasefire. See, here in Ukraine, we want, of course, the Russians out, but the next best option would be if there's a ceasefire that it would include NATO and include the EU. But if you get these hard right Republicans like Trump gets reelected, or Ron DeSantis or something, they're not going to. NATO needs a unanimous decision to let someone new in. They will veto Ukraine, and so there will be a ceasefire without NATO, and then it's going to be just hell living here. No investment's going to come in because the Russians can come back at any time. So I was like a little bit upset about this Ukraine thread, you know, that they didn't let us freely discuss that topic. And I referred to, I don't know how to refer to trans people, so I referred to her or him or whatever it wants to be as it. And then they said you are banned. And I made tons of contributions on, uh, on that subreddit on our Ukraine. I think I got thousands of karma on that, and a lot of recognition and everything. But anyway, I'm out. I'm out. So here I posted, an avatar trading my Minnesota Vikings. And I was born in Minnesota. I grew up as a Vikings fan. That's probably one of the most painful NFL teams to be a fan of. See how I'm doing for time? Yeah, doing good. So yeah, so I posted that. I got a lot of views and comments and 31 upvotes. So that's cool. Let's see how my comments are doing here. Let's do some comments. Right now, we're talking about. I asked a question, responding in finance. Oh, this one is about Virginia Beach. But anyway, in finance about. Let me see, where did I put that comment? Asking like, why can't they impose more taxes? They were talking about interest rates and inflation. And I said there is a third way. They can impose taxes on what's in the inflation basket, and that can be more targeted, because when you raise the interest rates, you just nuke everything. You nuke housing, you nuke jobs, you nuke everything. And what they want to do is get inflation down. To get inflation down, they're measuring a few things in the inflation basket, like corn flakes and oil changes. So maybe they can throw some taxes on that stuff to slow that stuff down a bit. um, let me see where we have here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this one here. I was quite active here. So you can see I commented here. I got 37 upvotes. So why can't Congress enact taxes? Powell says inflation is still too high. Lower economic growth is likely needed to bring it down. So he's talking about raising rates, bust the economy, create a small crisis, and that'll get rid of inflation. Paul Volcker did that in the late 70s. It screwed up Jimmy Carter's presidency. So yeah, why can't Congress enact taxes on the drivers of inflation is another way to bring it down. So taxes, yeah. So I was arguing, like I said, taxes would be more laser guided. And I have a whole string here. I said Biden could do executive orders, especially on imported items like imported luxury cars or something. So we got to figure out where the demand is off the rails. And like for housing, for example, he could tax these hedge funds and these private equity people. And I had another very popular comment about that too, um, in there about, let me see, comments, my top ones. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see, what is that here? Yeah, I have some funny ones. I have to figure out a way to go through this with you guys. You know, um, my latest comments. Let me see my new ones or the hot ones. Let's see which ones are hot. So yeah, this one. Servant leaders. So yeah, it's like, it's all scattered, it's all jumping over there. So yeah, here I am about true inflation, right? So he's saying true inflation is 24%, and he's measuring food. But I'm arguing, and I got downvoted a lot on this one, that I have to find my comment there, where my comment is. Ah, this is going to be hard to come up with a nice systematic approach. So I guess what I'll do is just keep working down these ones here. Um, so here it is. Yeah, this is about the PMP exam. I took this, and they say, what leadership quality must a project manager have? And I took both the project management exam and the Agile Certified Practitioner exam. So I did a lot of studying on this. But before this exam, I'd been working 25 years, both in Agile and project management. So I have a lot to say about this. So the key word here is quality. And so here you have two bad answers, test taking skills. Project managers are not aggressive and not powerful. They're just, you know, I don't know what to say. They're just doormats. I mean, you're supposed to be assertive is the right word, but being a servant leader is not a quality. That's more of like your job description. So honesty, and that's kind of obvious. If you take any of these like certification exams, they're a little bit on the woke side. I would say, the thing you got to be careful about with Reddit too is like it is a bit woke. It's a bit left leaning. Like I said, I've gotten banned because of my opinions or something on a few of these different subreddits. There's another one called Baby Bumps, and some lady was talking about like what to do with the baby after she got pregnant. I said, well, don't get an abortion, and they banned me. So I was like, I said a lot of people want to do adoption, type of thing. But yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me see what else we have here. Um, did I get any votes? Okay, so here's another one. Home improvement is another thing I have a lot to say about. So this guy's got a breaker panel here right in his kitchen, and he's asking like, can he just move it? Can he move it somewhere? And I was like, no. It's in his basement kitchen, and next to and there's another side of the wall. I said, you just can't move this stuff. There's wires and stuff going all the way through. You're gonna have to pull all that stuff out and rework. Is a lot of times more work than just starting from scratch. So I told him just get another one from scratch. Now see, your comments get lost if it gets popular. You have to zoom in right on your comment. But I told him just start over with a new one, and then just after that you rewire the whole house. You really have to rewire the whole house because you can't just like take these wires unless you rip out all the walls. So I told him just start a new one, get that all, rewire the whole house if it's really so important to you, and then rip this out and sheetrock over it. And then you got your kitchen, or better, it would even be easier to move the kitchen, really, to rerun this plumbing and stuff than try to move a box. It's better to just start from zero. So yeah. So I think, okay, I can zoom in on the comment. Yeah, I could do it that way and show you guys that way. Yeah, so here's the comment I wrote him. Yeah, it's a big deal. You're better off just, you know, pulling in a new line and starting a new box. I got an upvote for that. Give this guy an upvote. Um, here, let's see, Trueflation. Yeah, let's see the Trueflation ones. Um, okay, yeah, here's the one I was talking about, inflation today. Yeah, so we talked about that one, using taxes. So here's one. This is just another one of these. I like this one. No stupid questions. I'm on here a lot answering these. Why does no one believe in ancient gods anymore? And I said because let me go back. I can't find my comment. Yeah, I'm gonna get the hang of this. Don't worry, guys. Let me see. Where is the where are we at here? Yeah, here it is. So yeah, why does no one believe in ancient gods? I said, well, when the airplane was invented, people flew up in the clouds over Mount Olympus and didn't see Zeus and company, so they just stopped believing. And it seems like we're having some fun here. So they didn't see the gates of heaven about Christianity, and Christianity is still popular. But I said, heaven's location in Christianity was never exactly specified. Like in Greek mythology, it was told Mount Olympus, and then when people flew up there and didn't see it, they stopped believing. But where the Christian heaven is, it's not exactly specified. It could be behind Jupiter. That's what I said. And I said you know people don't know a lot about space, so I just sometimes just sometimes I talk serious, and sometimes I just try to be funny or something. you know I work like an office job. I have a little time between meetings and stuff, and then I'm just on here looking for stuff. This is like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out much. So commenting on politics, commenting on all kinds of things, is like what I like to do. And hopefully maybe this will, maybe I can find more people like myself through this videos. So here's another one. If an alien landed on Earth and you could only show them one movie to represent all of humanity, what would it be? And again, I keep, how do you get the, yeah, here it is. And I said Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke. I said I would tell the aliens to watch Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke. I used to watch that in college like all the time. And I would tell them that the Still Smoking, the sequel, wasn't that good. Just watch the original, and that's it. And then, yeah, this. I'll give this an upvote. I forgot to upvote that one, but No Stupid Questions is a lot of fun. Now here's one. This is one about Norway, and this is yeah, we're getting close here on time. So let's take a look at this one here. Oh, this post has been removed. Can I apply for a Work visa in Norway. That's right. In the Norway subreddit, you're no immigration post. You're not supposed to be asking about that. Yeah, he got in trouble. But I did post something helpful here. You know, I only got one upvote. So I came to Norway in 2013, early 2013, as a skilled job seeker. And like I said, I have an engineering degree, I have an MBA, I have work experience. And you go to the police station in Norway, and they give you 6 months to find a job. Now, I don't know if they still have this program, but really, it's not like anything special. It's just your tourist visa extended. So whenever you travel from America to Norway, you get 3 months just on your passport. You don't need to apply for papers. But if you stay one day over 3 months, then you're kind of like banned for like a year or something. So you got to go to the police station. You got to tell them I'm staying 6 months. And so you get to stay 6 months. But the deal is, after that 6 months, you can't come back for a year if you don't find a job. But if you do find a job, then you can apply for a work permit and get on the path to citizenship. So I did that. So 3 months, 12 days, 10 hours later, and I did 155 job applications and got 5 interviews. Um, and I ended up getting one job offer. And it turned out all those job applications were a waste, because that job offer I got was a recruiter called me, and they just read my profile on LinkedIn, and I was qualified. I was doing that same kind of work in my old company in America. I was working at BlackRock as a systems engineer, Perl, SQL, batch jobs, and they had a similar type of thing. And when I talked to them on the phone, I knew exactly what they were talking about. They knew what I was. They knew I knew my stuff, and they invited me in for an interview. And the boss came on a motorcycle, like on a Harley, and he came on a Harley Davidson. He's some big Norwegian guy, and he came with like a contract. And I remember that day like yesterday. And I signed that contract, and I went down to immigration, got my this skilled job seeker visa. I'm converted to a work permit. And then the rest is history. I got permanent residency. I took all the courses. I learned Norwegian. I learned the history. And then later on, 7 years passed. I applied for citizenship. It was in the middle of COVID. So things were a bit delayed. It took an extra year because of COVID. And in 2021, I got an SMS while I was driving. And I was a citizen. It was cool. It was really cool stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, that was so I decided to share that. I share that on the Reddit Norway. Reddit Norway is a bit strict. Luckily, I haven't gotten banned from there yet. I've gotten like said, okay, your posts are low effort sometimes. Sometimes I just post some pictures of Norway, and I guess they want more than that. Now, let me see this one here. This was also removed. This was like some giant snake in India. I was just like, look at the size of this thing. It's like out of the movie, like Anaconda. I mean, yeah, I just got like, yeah, I'm running out of time. So I'll wrap it up here. So I just asked, like, is this fake, or is this like from South America? Because these kind of snakes aren't in India, so I don't know, but that got removed. That's another one subreddit called Damn, That's Interesting. This is this is a cool one too. I like this subreddit here. So you got one bird feeding an orphan of another bird. So this is a falcon feeding an eagle or something. And so they have all kinds of interesting stuff here. But I'm out of time. I appreciate you all joining my Reddit with Alex show or videos, and we'll pick this up. I'll try to do this like a couple times a week, and yeah, I got some more feedback here. I'll have to go through these comments. We're arguing about what they would do with the tax revenue. So that whole thing about the taxes and the Congress will steal it. Now we're arguing like, what would they do? Would they just put it back in the system and juice the inflation? I said no. They should probably buy things that don't use to calculate inflation. Like when they calculate inflation, they just they choose a few items and they measure that, like bacon and iPads and gasoline. And I said they should buy Pokemon cards, and then they should buy that are not in the inflation basket. So people are, anyway, you can follow me, Maximum Band on Reddit, and you can follow me there and follow my posts, and you can get in touch with me, and we'll have a good time. Anyway, take care and have a good night.